This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brianna Mans.
Hello, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a therapeutic private practice? Because one might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of meeting with Mr. William. He is the owner of the Transformative Living Professional Christian Services Therapeutic Practice, and we're so excited to learn more all about your business. Mr. Williams, how's it going?
Oh, good afternoon. Everything is going very well. Thank you.
Good, perfect. So we are excited to learn about your business. So tell us more about your company.
Well, I have a private practice, mental health counseling practice here located in South Charlotte, North Carolina. And we work with clients who have many different issues that they're working to resolve. I find myself working a lot with relationships, couples, marital counseling, issues of anxiety, depression, other issues that people find themselves dealing with and just needing some help to process and get to a better place of living and resolving or coping with the issues that they're dealing with. And so my job is to help them to overcome those challenges. I am a solo private practice owner. I am connected with another organization that provides services throughout the Charlotte area as well.
Awesome. And how did you get into this business?
That's a good question. I like to begin that answer with a little nursery rhyme that you may be familiar with. It goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Humpty back together again. One of the things that helped me or moved me to get into this was because of people who have had issues. The thing about that nursery rhyme is that it says Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. What it doesn't tell you that Humpty was pushed. He didn't just fall off, he was pushed. And many mental health issues that people find themselves dealing with comes from something that may have happened beyond their control in their lives, something that they may have been exposed to, some type of traumatic events. They may have been born into situations. They may have grown up being bullied. They may have entered into a marital relationship and brought some baggage from past life experiences, find themselves having difficulty learning to cope and to get along, communication issues, and just a host of issues that people deal with. And the thing that really moved me to get here, I'm also a licensed ordained gospel minister. And I began to observe some things happening in ministry that really disturbed me. And the thing that happened was that there were 3 individuals on different occasions that committed suicide. One of them happened to have been a pastor, and that really floored me as I began to pray and cry out and wanted to know what was going on. And it was from that I believe that God spoke to my heart that I needed to go back to school. And so after I retired from my years of work with General Motors, that was the thing that I did. I went back to school and I found myself seeking out getting the skill sets to do this work, not only with the lessons that I've learned through from the schooling, but also from ministry and my life experiences as well. So we bring all that to the table. And so that gives us a great deal of pleasure to be able to help people to enjoy a better quality of life.
Awesome. That was beautifully said. So what are some myths or misconceptions that you come across in your industry?
I think that's a very good question. When you talk about misunderstandings about mental health professionals, sometimes that prevent people from seeking the help that they need, supporting others, or valuing emotional well-being. But one of the myths about this profession with mental health professionals is that people sometimes believe that mental health therapists fix people or they tell people what to do. The truth of the matter is that that mental health counseling with individuals is a healing collaborative, and that clients are actively participating in the change that they seek to enjoy. We actually empower clients to make informed choices based on information that we provide them as we listen to understand what the problems are that they're having, and then prescribing some type of treatment plan that gets them to a better place. But it's up to them to do the work. That's one of the questions that I ask every single client that comes to me. Are you committed to doing the things that are needed to get the outcomes that you desire? And if they're not committed, then that means that we're not going to make progress. And I also let them know that I'm not a counselor that goes around on merry-go-rounds. I never like the merry-go-rounds because it just goes around and around and around with no clear destination. But once I hear what the problems are, we immediately began to focus on solutions. What is it that we need to do to get you to a better place? So I'm seeking that commitment, because if the commitment is not there, we're not going to make very much progress.
Absolutely. And we do know that marketing is the heart of every business. Who are your target patients and how do you attract them?
Well, my target clients would be those who are dealing with the relational, emotional, or mental health issues that are causing them not to enjoy the very best of life. And it might be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be marital issues. Those are my target clients. And so I am prepared to help them to overcome those challenges and work toward getting to a better place. The advertising that I use is I use a therapist directory, a directory called Psychology Today, and you can find that almost in every state throughout the country. I also have my professional website that lets people know how to get to me. And believe it or not, the bulk of the clients that I see today come by way of referrals. Other people that I have worked with, they're telling other people, once they find out what they're dealing with, that they should give me a call. So, but those are the three mediums that I see the bulk of the clients that I work with.
Awesome. And have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
You know, I had not given that any thought at all, but now that I'm exposed to this particular medium here, I can see some real advantages here in terms of providing education and bringing about an awareness to help people. I hadn't thought about it, but you put the thought in my head. So
Awesome.
I would definitely consider it.
Yeah. And outside of work, what do you do for fun?
Well, for me, you know, in this particular work, we take on the problems that people have on a day-to-day basis. So for me, self-care is very big. And for me, to do that, I love to do a lot of travel. And for me, I grew up on the ocean down in Florida. And so that's one of my favorite places is to travel, go to the oceans. And I love to spend time with my family. Those are probably the most fun things that I enjoy doing at this stage of my life.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Now, please tell our listeners one thing they should remember about Transformative Living Professional Christian Services.
Well, the most important thing is that we are a Christian counseling practice. We use evidence-based practices that's based on scientific research and the best available information that's out there to help people. And also, they should know about this particular therapist is that I'm an individual that never ever lied to my clients. I believe that we can put a Band-Aid by making people feel good, but the truth is the thing that they need to hear and seek to hear, and it's the truth that will make them free. And so that is one of the things that they can remember about me and my practice, and that is how we actually go about doing our business with clients on a day-to-day basis.
Amazing. And how can our listeners learn more about your practice?
Well, they can go to Psychology Today. They'll find my information there and find out how to reach me there. They can go to and that's again, Psychology Today, and that's in the Charlotte area. You can also go to my website, which is Transformative Living, PCCS. That's P like Paul, C as in Charles, S as in Sam. Transformative Living, PCCS.com. Or they can reach me by way of my contact mobile number, which is 704-995-0055.
Awesome. Well, Mr. Darrisaw, I really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your business well moving forward.
Well, thank you so much for that. And it's been a great pleasure to be with you. And I thank you for the opportunity to share with your audience throughout the Charlotte community.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpnorthcharlotte.com. That's gnpnorthcharlotte.com or call 980-842-6352.